Hello everyone, let me welcome into this class. In today's class we are going to discuss the switch and the if statement, so we see the difference where it comes in and how we can avoid it. So with me, I'm going to launch my server here. I click on XAMPP control panel, and then I ensure that my SQL is touched and also my Apache is touched, and then I can minimize them. I can maybe minimize them at my taskbar, and then I can load music, and then maybe I can test if my server is on by pinning maybe 127.0.0.1, and there you can see. So this is the if you remember this is the file that we had created on PHP on the other practicals, and we want to proceed with it. So to locate these n2.php, I can go to my file, maybe Explorer, and then my C drive here, and then XAMPP, and then I have it on the htdocs, and then library here. So this is it. I can write it and maybe edit it with the Notepad++. So this is the one that we had. And here, maybe to have a difference on these, maybe this is what we are going to have. We can give a break here. So the break is there. So what we are going to do here, we can add this break so that we can get the difference when it comes to working up with that. So we can just copy it, and then we can maybe paste it severally. So we can Control V, then Control V, and then maybe Control V, and then maybe we can try to refresh here that way, and then we can try to reload our system here, you see, and there you have that gap which is a bit spaced. So now I'm going to have the first one, which we can maybe have here, and with me here, maybe I'm going to have maybe I can have what maybe let us have this, maybe we can have this. So here maybe I can declare a variable, and maybe I can call it maybe grade. I can call it grade, and then I can initialize it to maybe a variable. I can give it to be maybe a that way, and then maybe here I can give a if condition. You can say if maybe this grade, if maybe this variable here, what is contained in that, and then maybe I can try to paste it there, and then I can say maybe this grade is equals to maybe this variable here. Can copy it, is equals to that variable there, then we can output something. Then we can output, maybe we can say we echo maybe distinction. Maybe distinction 1, maybe distinction 1 that way, and then maybe we may try to refresh it a bit there, and then try to output it here. Let's see. So there is a syntax error that happened here. On this line. So remember, we are saying that if this is that, let me see, the grade is that, we can output that. Let us give else. Maybe we can give the second one. We give this maybe. Let me see how. So this was our grade. If grade is equals to A, and then so we haven't given the terminated this. Let's terminate it. We see. Then let us try to output here. Good. And there you can see now we have the distinction distinction 1. We may try to give the second option. Maybe we see the same. Let us have this. We copy up to there, then we copy, then we can give maybe a space here down, can Control V. Remember these, we can give else if condition, because it's a else if the grade is maybe B. Here we can give this one to be B. B. We can say this one is either distinction 2, that way, distinction 2, and then we can try to save it here, and then still we can output there. We can output there. So let us try to put this one to be B. So we have that being B, and then we can save. And then if we try to output here now, you can see here we have a distinction 2. We can give as many as we wish. Maybe we can give another condition. Maybe we can have this up to there. We can copy it, and then we can come here. Let us give a space, and then we can paste it there, and then we can give this one. If this one is C, and we can give this one to be maybe credit 1. Maybe this one to be credit, maybe credit 1. So we can still give the second one here to be maybe a day, which will be credit. So you can paste this one there, and this one you can give it to be, we can just call this one credit. We can score this one, we can give that credit. If it is a day, we can give this one to be either maybe pass, and then we can have the last one here. The last one here, can just have this, copy it, and then we can have it there, and then here we can have E, can have E, and this one we can just call it just alpha. Then we can have another one here, that we can have it there, and then this one we can call it maybe F. This one is a simple grading system. We can call this one a fail. And maybe we can give echo maybe else. You see else, and then we can give this condition. We say here that maybe the output that we need, and that we can say that we echo you never sat for exam. We say never sat for exams. We say never sat maybe for exam. That way, then we can try to refresh and see what we have done. So you can see, let us try to switch to these various. So we can give any grade to our variable here. Let us try to give this one to be grade F. We try to give that to be F, and then we save it, and then we can try to refresh here. So you can see it's output the fail. You can give any value. Let us try to see if else is reflected here. We give this one to be maybe nothing, and then we try to output here, and there you can see never sat for the exam because there is no any grade that is captured. So now, to avoid all these if statements, now we can be able to output it using the switch statement. Remember, the switch statement replaces is the replacement maybe of using many if statement. So maybe in this case I can just have the same case here. I can have the same case here. Maybe I can give this comment from maybe here. Just give a comment. I can give a mute comment here. You can give this one to be a mode comment, then from there all the way to here, that. And then now let us try to apply maybe the use of these. We just need to have this variable there. We can copy it, that then I can come here. Maybe we can try to output now. You can, if we try to refresh here, sorry, we save this and then we try to output here. You can see there is nothing that is outputted. So that now let us try to have what we have done here. So we can give a space there, and then we can Control V to give that variable. We can initialize it maybe to the default one, which was that way, and then from there maybe we can have a switch statement. So we have the switch function here, maybe spelled. We can have that switch there. This is our switch, sorry, how am I writing it? We can have the switch. You can see it is a keyword, so it changes the color. And then this one is a switch function. And then what do you want to be outputted? If the variable truth is this variable here, so we can just copy it and then we can paste it there, that way. And then here we can give now the first case that we need to be outputted, the first case that we need to be outputted. And then here we need maybe case we can say maybe case, and then here we can give the first variable this, then copy it. That is the first case that we are going to have there. Then what do we need to echo out? We can echo maybe a distinction 1. You can just echo distinction 1 that way. That is the first. And then remember we need a break so that it prevents the code from running into the next case automatically. So here we need to have a break that way. And then let us try to refresh on our, and there we can see we have distinction 1 because our case is true. Remember we can have all these cases for all of them, so what we need, we just copy paste from here. You can just copy this, and then I can come here and then give a space, Control V, space, Control V, then space, Control V, I think there are 5, space, then Control V. So now I can come here, this is my case B. In B, remember we had to distinction 2. Then here we had C. And remember there we had something we call the credit. And here we had a D. So remember here we had something we call the pass. So we had the pass, and then here we had E, which was alpha, here. Alpha. And still we had the last thing here, the last option there, which was I can Control V, so which was F, which I think was a fail. I failed that way. Then you can try to save it, and then we can change here to another value. Maybe we put C here. We put C. Then you can try to save, and then remember we can output here. You see, good. And there you can see it outputs the credit. So what if now we put the value that is not on our range here? Can have maybe V, and then we try to save it here, and then try to refresh. So you can see there is nothing that is being displayed. There is nothing that is being displayed. So to ensure that there is something that is being displayed, maybe we can have the last statement here that we can give, or which is the default, which is used to, if there is no any match that is found, which can be displayed. So we are going to have the default, we're going to have the default, and then under the default now we can maybe say what we want to be outputted, maybe what we want to outputted. Maybe we can say that, maybe we can take these and just copy that, and then we can paste it there. So you can see we echo that, and then we can try to save it, and then we can try to refresh here. So you can see never search for the exam because there is no any merge of the V, there is no any merge of this V, there is no any merge of that V. So we can do as many as we wish. So maybe we can have another case here. Maybe in this we can maybe switch what, so we can have these. Let me just copy these, and then I can edit it. I can just copy it, and then below out of that case I can give a space, and then I can have to paste it there. And then here maybe I can have this one to be maybe date, and then this date I can use the date function. Can use the date function here. Maybe here I can have date that way. I can have use the date that way, and then the date function. Maybe that. And then what we are going to switch here now, we are going to switch what? We are going to switch the dates. So here it is this. I can just copy it here, and then maybe I can paste it there. I can paste it there, and then that's our first date that we can have to do. All this function will take the maybe the current days, and then we can say we echo maybe the first one here. We know it is Monday. Let's replace them. We see, and then here we can say case 2. Here it is Tuesday. Case 3. Case 4 maybe Thursday. Maybe Thursday. Maybe Friday. So maybe we have here this Saturday. And then we can save it and output. I never search for examination, search for examination. So it's echoing something that is outside that. Something that is outside that. So simply that is how you can work with the cases. As many, you can have as many cases as you wish to have. So Remember, these is just a substitute. They are all used in the decision makings of the systems, if you wish to. And that brings us to the end of this session. I was your trainer, Maurice Munene. If you found this video of importance to you, please consider subscribing, like, and share it so that it can reach more. And hope to meet you in the next practical when we shall be discussing about the loops in PHP. Thank you. Share, subscribe to increase the family. Thank you.